for updates on sports stories across the globe. Aaron, the Baron Akerejola joins us. Good morning, my friend.
Yeah, good morning.
Welcome.
To you, Adefemi. Good morning to you, Doctor. Good morning to you, Rufai.
Good morning, Aaron.
Okay, let's start it off with the Europa League. The lesser Europa competition, permit me to put it that way. And Manchester United's rich vein of form continues in the Europa League. Unblemished at the moment, they haven't lost, qualified for the round of 16 as it stands right now. Same as Tottenham Hotspur. They might be floundering in the Premier League, but in the Europa League and in European competition, they seem to be finding their group as Academy boys yesterday came alive. All right, that's the round of 16. Those have qualified for the round of 16. And the likes of Ajax, AZ Alkmaar, and the rest of them will be in the playoffs as it stands. Later on today, we're going to be having that particular draw go down. Now, speaking about the draw, let's start it off from the Champions League draw. Of course, Neon today, 12 p.m. GMT +1, we're going to be having that particular draw take place. And like we've actually said, of course, automatic qualification for the round of 16. The likes of Liverpool, Barcelona, Arsenal, Inter Milan, Atletico, and the rest. And for the playoffs today, GMT +1, 11 a.m. GMT, 12 noon GMT +1. As it stands right now, the big one there has to be the second one that has to see either Real Madrid or Bayern Munich taking on Celtic or Man City versus or Bayern Munich, as the case may be. So AC Milan, PSV, or we'll be taking on Feyenoord or Juventus. So it's looking very, very
interesting.
Yes, interesting. And
delicious matches, I have to say.
Yeah, a lot of people have taking a bite at the new format of the UEFA Champions League. Or some will say this is golden, and how things have actually played out, the level of competition, the level of industry we've seen has been next to none. But away from that, talking about the industry, this weekend, Arsenal do know that their title hopes are actually hanging by the thread. And they'll be welcoming Manchester City this weekend to the Emirates. They already trail Liverpool by 6 points with a game in hand. The last time they actually met, it was this man, Nathan Ake, actually scoring the all-important goal for them. And he'll be hoping that he can actually turn the hands of time right now. Let's see how it actually plays out this weekend. If we were to press it further, because when you look at this weekend also, AFC Bournemouth, rich in form at the moment, will be taking on Liverpool. And Arsenal will be hoping that Liverpool will do them a favour. I mean, Bournemouth will do them a favour because you can see there, Bournemouth has beaten Arsenal this season, beaten Manchester City this season. When Nottingham Forest were hot. They beat them 5-0. So they'll be hoping to do the same thing. You can see Bournemouth as 7th on the table, Arsenal as 2nd on the table. 6 points separated them, and table toppers Liverpool. So Liverpool will be playing on Saturday against AFC Bournemouth at the Vitality Stadium. And on Sunday, Super Sunday, it will be Arsenal against Manchester City. If Manchester City do get a win against Arsenal, some will signal that as an ominous sign that the title race is over. So we'll be keeping an eye on what will be happening on Super Sunday. Still talking about this weekend and what to expect this weekend. Our own Israel Adesanya, Nigeria, New Zealand fighter, will be back into the octagon. Riyadh is hosting this particular fight in the UFC. All right, it's UFC 250, and it's going to be Israel Adesanya against Imavov, as among several other undercards that will be starting off the bout and trying to get the crowd excited in Riyadh. But after his last submission, he will be hoping to bounce back. He's looking lean and fit. He's looking ready for action. That was him in his last training session. He's all trimmed up and all ready for action. Can he raise his game again? Because he was a middleweight belt holder up until several defeats came his way. Can he unshackle himself and go into that place and just dominate? 1st of February, let's see how it actually goes down. A lot of people are tipping Israel to beat the younger Imavov this time around. Looking at how things play out, if we try to bring it back home here in Nigeria, there were matches being played in the Nigeria Professional, in the Premier Football League. A lot is expected, and we're seeing matches go down. And too many draws. Eyimba being held by Heartland, Rivers United also being held by Bender Lishoners 2-2. Although Niger Tornadoes won against Kwara United and Katsina beating Plus United. Like we said yesterday, Remo Stars are still topping the table as it stands right now. And they are looking good for the money, if you'd ask me. And finally, as the transfer window closes today, a lot is expected from teams to try to shore up. But one particular player, a Nigerian, Taiwo Awoniyi, is likely to make a move today. He plays for Nottingham Forest at the moment. He's been frozen out of the squad, no thanks to the fact that they have quite a number of players that are putting in a good shift. And Everton is his likely destination. Let's see if he will be able to move to the Merseyside today. David Moyes is looking for reinforcement for his side. And with the new manager bounce already kicking in, they'll be hoping that Taiwo and Awoniyi can bring in more goals to that particular team and help them in the Premier League.
I mean, we hope the Kwara striker will be able to nick that Everton deal in the bud. Probably that's going to help him. And for the Champions League format, the way it's been played, I mean, Femi pretty much reminds me of the traitor on the BBC. I mean, it's like you stab one, the other one stabs the other. You just have to fight yourself to get. I think I like it. At first, I was ambivalent about it. I didn't get the whole gist, but it's looking good now. I mean,
yes,
let the fight continue.
I think for me, I'm definitely looking ahead to Super Sunday. You guys know I'm a proud Gooner, proud North Londoner. And I do agree. I mean, with me, I'm ever the optimist. I think you will struggle to find any Arsenal fan who is not an optimist. I was 13 years old the last time we won the league. Almost won it last season. Almost. So keeping our eyes open, hoping that we'll be able to hold off a beating by City at the Emirates and keep our title chase hopes alive.
Yes.
Okay, 2 meetings yesterday in Switzerland. The first one in Lausanne, which was, about who will be the next president of the International Olympics Committee. Sebastian Coe, Lord Coe, Olympic champion 1,500 meters, presented his manifesto. There were 6 other rivals from Spain, from Zimbabwe, from Jordan, from other parts of the world. But who will win eventually will be determined by the 110 members of the International Olympics Committee. But Sebastian Coe says, look, he wants to, change things in the IOC. Whether he will succeed or not, we'll see. The second meeting that I referred to was FIFPro, the Professional Players Committee. You recall that in October 2024, they had submitted a petition about fixture congestion. Yes, and yesterday, FIFA, led by Gianni Infantino, met with them, to try to sort out issues about the Club World Cup that is going to take place this year. The major complaint of the professional players is that, look, this new format from FIFA is too congested, and they could go on strike because the workload, the work rate, the fixtures are just too punitive for them. Arsenal has been charged by the Football Association after Lewis Kelly's case about improper conduct of the players who charged at Michael Lewis. I think that's
Michael Oliver.
Yeah, Michael Oliver. Michael Oliver, the referee. Anyway, thank you very much.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.